If you make a purchase after clicking on one of the links in this post, we could receive a commission. Please go to the disclaimer and disclosure page for further details. Bullet Notebook for Men, the Dude's Guide to Bullet Journaling. Are you on the lookout for the Dude's Guide to Bullet Journaling? Discover the advantages of the bullet journal for men in terms of their productivity and organization, as well as sources of inspiration and crash course advice. If you spend too much time on Pinterest, you could get the impression that bullet journaling is something that exclusively applies to women. That couldn't be further from the truth if you tried. Is journaling good for men? Since Ryder Carroll, the founder of the bullet journal system, is a man, there is no need to create separate bullet diaries for men and women because the bullet journal system is intended for everyone. Even while there are a lot of incredibly talented women out there who use bullet journals, and a lot of creative types who give the impression that using them is a creative endeavor, a lot of guys also like using them, even the creative side of it. More on this below. Read this guide below with a few tips I have about bullet journaling for men if you feel that you are the only man doing it, or if you know someone who could benefit from the system, but you don't know where to send them for further learning. If either of these situations applies to you, read this guide below. This article is not intended to serve as a comprehensive guide for first-timers with step-by-step instructions. Instead, you can come here to find out how to begin using a bullet journal. This piece is more of a handbook that will supply you with inspiration and ideas for using a men's bullet journal. The majority of the males I know who use a bullet journal do so with more of a business planner set up in mind than the personal development spreads that you see some ladies utilizing in their bullet journals. This is something that I've noticed. There is not a single kind of spread or format that cannot be utilized successfully. In point of fact, you should keep your bullet journal however you see fit. When you put your own twist on things and make a bullet journal your own, you'll find that it works much better. Therefore, if you would want to include colorful spreads, artwork, or any other creative touches, then by all means do so. In any other case, you should just go with simple black and white designs with clear lines, as they seem to be the most popular bullet journal styles for guys. Follow along with Ryder Carroll as he sets a very basic spread in the beginning by checking out the videos on YouTube that he has posted where he discusses the technique in its entirety. If you want your spreads to have a clean design while also incorporating some originality, then the following tutorial is a wonderful place to start for some ideas to get you started. Comparison of creative and minimalist bullet journal spreads. There are some straightforward designs that might be better suited for use as men's journals. Nevertheless, ultimately, the decision comes down to individual taste. There will be some guys who are incredibly creative and will use washi tapes, Tombow pens, highlighters, stickers, and make all of the cool spreads and collections that you can with a bullet journal. Some people will take a very minimalist approach and utilize only a black pen. The most common concern voiced by those who are struggling to keep up with the bullet journal approach is in reference to the fancy spreads. However, as you can see, the basic method does not include any of these elements. You shouldn't put any pressure on yourself to come up with something creative right now. Bullet journals are all about creating a system that is tailored to your specific needs. Learn your own personal style and take a cue from some of the inventive men who are bullet journal addicts that I am going to show you below. They will provide you with ideas and pointers. Find a single fashion that speaks to you and uses it as a jumping-off point for creating a look that is uniquely you. It is true that any pen, and for that matter, any notebook, would be sufficient to follow the principles of the bullet journal in order to be more organized and productive. However, several tools make this journey a great deal more enjoyable overall. When you keep your bullet journaling setup simple, using just one pen and one notebook, it makes perfect sense to splurge on a high-quality writing instrument as a reward to yourself. Your writing experience can be elevated to an entirely new level with the purchase of a fountain pen. These pens have an air of understated refinement about them that both men and women find irresistible, and the price point of some of them is really reasonable. A quality ballpoint pen can also be of great assistance in these situations.